asked a group of youth a simple question. Tell me about your history. Many of the youth spoke about the Civil Rights era with Dr. Martin Luther King. And an overwhelmingly majority spoke about slavery.
What you call black history, what you call African history, are the missing pages of world history. Now, because I've now begun to study European history, I began to understand how African history was misplaced in the history of the world. And the one thing that I learned repeatedly, you cannot oppress a historical people. And once a people understand the nature of their role in history, they will not permit themselves to be oppressed. In order to oppress you, people must remove you from the respectful commentary of history. They must destroy your confidence and historical memory. The memory of what you was, so that you can be confused about what you are, and more confused about what you still must be and where you still must go.
The dangers of knowing your history only from slavery. When you feel like your history started from slavery, which was beyond words, you'll compare it to the disenfranchisement that our race continues to see today. You will subconsciously say to yourself, psh, I know it's not good, but heck, compared to slavery, we're good. You'll become socialized and take disenfranchisement as being your norm. Don't believe me? It has happened and occurred in every single decade and every century since colonialism began. Heck, Harriet Tubman was the one who told us, I could have freed hundreds of more slaves if only they knew that they were slaves. But see, there are some questions that you need to ask, like how was our civilization prior to European invaders? I mean, were we truly savages that were in need of being civilized? It's only when you understand the greatness of your civilization prior to European colonialism that things will become crystal clear. When you understand the civilization that you come from, the civilization that was interrupted, will you understand what your ancestors and the great warriors of your race fought for in America, Africa, South America, the Caribbeans, all throughout the African diaspora. And for that reason, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite history teachers, Home Team History, another YouTuber with a wonderful channel that focuses mainly on pre-colonial history. Home Team, tell me why you think it's important for us to know pre-colonial history.
What up, African world? It's your boy Home Team here. And you know what? The great Griot makes an excellent point. We as Afro-descended people have been told on numerous occasions that we come from a dark continent with a dark history. And anything that we've ever achieved has been supervised or accompanied by other people. Now, the crime was not us being told this. The crime was actually us believing it. Many of us even avoid association with Africa because of these fallacies promoted by other people. And so many of us actually believe our history begins with slavery and ends with Martin Luther King. In a way, we've become conditioned to not believe in our own agency as Afro-descended people. And because we don't believe in our own agency, we champion the goods and services of other people and even accommodate their needs and their concerns above our own, willingly surrendering our dignity and pieces of our humanity for approval or validation. Because apparently we can't even imagine our own advancement without them. This is why on my channel I highlight and discuss the agency of African people that's been exhibited not only on the African continent but the world. African empires, mythology, and especially African kings and queens. I explain things from a proper historical perspective, and it's important that we as Afro-descended people value what we create and value our own history. Hope you guys can continue to support our platform and what we stand for, the Great Griot and Home Team History.
Part of being able to make a people inferior in their own mind is to strip them of who they are. Hiding history was a tactic used by colonizers to Africans, Native Americans, even those we refer to as Hispanics. So I need for you to check out Home Team History. I want you to gather and grasp what great people you come from, the greatness of who they were, the great civilizations that they built. Because next, we're going to go back and look at some major events after colonialism. Some events that can help explain what we see today. And not from a European perspective, but from your perspective.